Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about back to basics vegan eating. When I switched to eating whole foods, a whole foods plant-based diet, I struggled with making dinners because everything that I had known about what to make for dinner, I had learned as a meat eater. And a lot of times when you have meals as a meat eater, you have your meat as the centerpiece of the dish. So making dinners was really a struggle for me. And by eating so many more vegetables and grains for dinner, I got confused. And I felt like I was missing some piece of it. So I felt like I had to fit the veggies into the mold of like meat-centered dishes, and I found really incredible recipes to go to try and cook versions of common American meat-based dishes like veggie burgers, lentil meatballs, tofu, eggplant lasagna. And these are really yummy dishes, but they're a lot of work. It takes so much time in the kitchen, and you make so many dirty dishes making this stuff, and it's fun to do once in a while, but it was killing me to make these elaborate meals every night of the week. And I needed something simpler because, for one, I was getting exhausted, and secondly, my kids, they were starting to turn their noses up at stuff because every night there was some new thing that was all these foods combined, and it had some fancy name, and they didn't want to try it. So it was just, after a while, I realized that I need to try something else, and I gradually started moving towards vegetable-centered dishes that had less preparation and ingredients. And so many of us, we grew up eating dinners that were a plate of meat and veggies and a starch. And, mom or dad cooked these things separately, and then we just ate them for what they were. And I thought, well, that it was nothing fancy. I thought, well, why can't I do the same thing, just vegan? I don't need to have a meat. I can double up on the vegetables and have some sort of a bean or legume in there. So eventually I was making meals like this. Oven-baked squash, brown rice, and black beans, or something like steamed broccoli, carrots, lentils, diced baked potato bites. We love to do stir fries, so throw a bunch of vegetables in a pan, cook some brown rice on the side. That's dinner. And each week I made like a huge, I still do this, even though it's like the middle of summer and I live in Phoenix, but it's so good. I just make a vegetable stew every week, and when I go to the grocery store, I just put in my list stew vegetables and whatever is fresh, whatever I can find. Goes into the pot, usually some kind of bean or chickpea or something like that as well, and serve it with some homemade sourdough bread or rice, something like that. So yeah, I just pick up a bunch of vegetables for that soup, and that's good for us for at least 2 meals, sometimes 3. And if I know I have a busy week coming up, I'll sometimes freeze whatever is left over and we can thaw it out later, so it's a nice easy meal for the rest of the week. So keeping meals simple has really helped me as a vegan with dinners, going back to the basics like that. And it's easier on my grocery budget. I don't have all these specialty items like lasagna noodles and things like that. I just eating very simply has reduced my grocery budget for dinners, at least. So yeah, I would totally recommend it if it's something that you're struggling with. Just do the simple things, especially if you have kids. Like, here's this, here's this, here's this, and each food is delicious on its own. Or if you, like my husband and I, a lot of times if we have meals like that, we just like to put it all in a big bowl, combine it, maybe throw some salsa on there or something, or some homemade sauce of some kind, and mix it all up. And we enjoy eating it like that, and the kids enjoy eating it separately. So the added bonus that I found to eating more simply is that my kids, age 2 and 4, they have been eating more food at dinner time. They weren't so keen on trying all these crazy things that I was coming up with, vegan substitutions for generally meat-centered meals. And when we eat simple meals, they eat more of everything on their plate, and they see broccoli and potatoes and beans on their plate, and they enjoy eating them separately, and that's age typical. So I found that it's been very beneficial for them to eat that way, and they will, if I decide to do a designer meal, they will try it, but they definitely enjoy everything separated on their plate. So it's also, I think, helped them to enjoy each of those foods individually and recognize them. They now, between the two of them, will polish up a whole head of broccoli on their own. I have to make tons of broccoli when I make broccoli because they eat almost everything that we put in front of them. It's just crazy. And these were kids who, one of them wouldn't touch vegetables, 6 months ago. So may have stumbled across a little tool to use for picky eaters. I don't know. But anyway, thanks.